Alright, our first playoff game of Season 1. It is going to be a Group H matchup. Colorado16 versus nwilliams. At the bottom left, our red undead. It is Colorado, and he is going for the fast Death Knight build. I think he did the same thing previously, valuing getting his Death Knight out right away. I can't remember if he went for harass right away or creeping though, but I think he probably creeps something first, so we might see him go for this. However, I'm not positive. I think he also skips out on an Acolyte Scout. We'll see if he does the same here. It looks like he's actually making an Acolyte Scout this time though. So Relic's coming up and now going to search for a critter. And then on the other side of our Northern Isles map, it is the yellow human player, nwilliams, doing some standard human build. We got the Archmage, we got the Footman. And the question is, what sort of expansion timing do we have? Because human can definitely expand at quite a few different timings. They can also play one base, but they can definitely fast expo with this like first camp. They can do it second camp after the green, or they can even start with Tuskars and then do a couple greens and then the expo and get like a level 3 creep route. Definitely very open, up for the human to decide how they want to progress, and up for the undead to catch that timing. We do have the graveyard. He will be converting into fiends after the start. And with the Acolyte having walked through here, I believe he will be getting the critter and creeping something. Looks like he's going to go for the Murlocs though. Maybe not comfortable creeping the Purge creep. And nwilliams going for his small green. Does not get the Water Ellie purged, so it will be able to tank quite a bit of the damage. And Claws of Attack. Exactly what you want to see as a human. With how human currently functions with expansion play as well as relying on the Footman to kind of just be a bit of tank and fodder up front, it is up to the Archmage to put in most of that damage. And with Claws, that's how you get that damage. Archmage and Water Ellies will be a huge threat to the Undead. And our Undead player, Colorado, coming across now, finally finished the Murloc camp. However, he is a bit late. Blue Ogre already gone, and both Trolls already gone now. Water Ellie denied, but will he get the Tuskar? Does get the Tuskar steal with the coil. However, that's about all he's done so far. Looking to get another set of skeletons, should be able to get at least one peasant here. But, oh no, the coil got dodged into the gold mine. Oh, that hurts so much. Minus 75 mana. And the peasant is even denied. Oh, but nwilliams isn't power building with everything yet and has to cancel. Oh, a blunder from our human as well. Because he was not power building with everything right from the start, Colorado seized that opportunity and forced the cancel. And that's actually a big loss of resources. But luckily for nwilliams, he did still have enough resources to put it right back up. Again, one little Footman, bit AFK here. But he is bringing more peasants to power build. And Colorado16, without backpack, does have to head back to his base. Picks up a Ritual Dagger to heal a bit. This camp's going to be tough to creep though, because you really want to tank this with the DK so that the Purge goes on the DK and then you use skeletons to actually tank after. But then he loses the value of Ritual Dagger. It really hurts him now going for this camp. Look at how much damage he took trying to do this, how slow it is as well. Has to pick up another rod. Rough for Colorado, and nwilliams on the other side, almost level 3. However, did not snag the small green for it. Looks like he's trying to harass a bit. I think the small green is actually like 4 XP away from level 3, but would still be good. This will be level 3 if he can get this. However, Colorado16 is nearby. Question is, who does the ensnare go on? Goes on a footman. We might see Colorado try to pick some of those off. Steals the blue Murloc, but the item can definitely go for nwilliams if he wants it. Replenishment potion, pretty huge to deny that from the Death Knight, as he would love a replenishment potion right now. Yeah, nwilliams actually not getting any of the XP here. All of the XP going to Colorado. And Colorado is near level 3 now. And this water Ellie going to feed more XP as well. Colorado's so close to 3. nwilliams got a little greedy for that fiend, however is not going to manage to get it. Colorado not able to coil it for now, but Unholy Aura as well as Blight can heal that back up over time. nwilliams just going to back off. Not bad items. Claws and Periapt definitely could be worse. And then replenishment as well can be pretty good, because oftentimes your hero will drop quite low both in health and mana. So having a way to heal that, not bad. And looks like nwilliams trying to get his level 3 now. But since he did not get any of those creeps, I believe he's like a little short. Yeah, 14 XP short. Whereas Colorado has hit his level 3, has hit his level 2 as well, and on the way to tier 3, Statue Fiend. The expansion only with 2 towers, nwilliams a bit low on wood as well. With a lot of buildings underway, and a lot of footmen underway, as well as Defend finishing up. Defend able to help this center camp a lot, but it only just finished and he has finally activated it. But a lot of damage was taken on the footmen before the Defend finished. And nwilliams will have to heal after this. And I'm not actually sure if he creeps this fast enough. Colorado16's almost done with his gold mine and should be heading center after this. Will nwilliams be able to finish the trolls? It does not look like it. There's not enough damage here. Most of his footmen are running away at red health. He has 4 red health footmen in his base. Can he get the troll? Coil! Oh my god, the coil. Coil, I believe, steals the kill there. And that's huge XP going to Colorado. nwilliams just with a little too little damage there. Not able to secure the kill fast enough. Wait, did he steal the item as well? Oh my god, nwilliams didn't have an item slot, and the Death Knight snagged the Mana Stone too. Oh my god, that hurts so much. Yeah, that was a result of Defend being slightly late, so a lot of the footmen, he felt he had to back off at red health, and they weren't there contributing their damage. And then he missed the item too. But there's a lot of footmen here. MK finally starting to get his XP. Should reach level 2 off of this. However, Colorado16, tier 3, picking up the orb with the Death Knight and goes for the Dark Ranger. I believe he did this in both games before as well, favoring Dark Ranger over the Pit Lord. Generally, Pit Lord is considered the better choice because Rain of Fire, good against mechanical units like gyros, good against sieging and peasants. But Dark Ranger can definitely snowball if you can get a lot of these skeletal minions, and there are a lot of footmen to get minions off of. Oh, the MK is focused immediately. Drops so low in health, but does have a big invuln picked up from the Tuskar camp. And the footmen starting to go to work. However, towers not contributing to this fight. It is only the footmen. They are doing some okay damage, but with the Nova, with the Black Arrow, it's quickly heading in the Undead's direction. nwilliams possibly needs to back off towards his towers a bit more. Make sure to get some of those arcane hits in, because his footmen dropping super fast, and Colorado not losing any supply here. And there's a skeletal army. MK dropping low. nwilliams in a rough spot. MK drops. Archmage, the next focused. Has a shop here, but otherwise, apart from buying items, there's not really a way out. And there's another coil. Oh, gets mana burned by the arcane tower. But the Archmage is stuck. He has no items. And he can't get to his shop. Nova comes in. Archmage falls. nwilliams did reach tier 3. However, has a bit too much bank right now. Wasn't able to spend it in time. And I think the Footman just not suited for this fight, to be honest. The Dark Ranger pretty good in these sort of straight up fights against Defend Footman, as he is able to get a lot of skeletal minions off of it. So maybe nwilliams needed to find a timing to instead attack the Undead base, try to just distract until knights are actually out. I mean, you can say that, but there was definitely an opportunity for nwilliams to win this. He just needed to not fight against pure footman against Tri-Hero. Colorado looking in a strong position to take this game 1. And it is true. He does actually have like 20 peasants. So he had like a 30 food army of footmen against
a player's forces are under attack.
40 food undead strength. We do have knights finally out. And nwilliams going to look to creep here. Should be nearing a level 3 off of this. Sucks to start out with a little bit of what's the right word? I guess you could just call it bad mana or something. Or balance whining. But, you know, I knew the matchup could be rough for nwilliams. He did get seeded against an undead first round. But I do think there was real opportunity for nwilliams to do something this game. It was just his current army of pure footmen really couldn't fight out in the open against Dark Ranger. Like the skeletal minions snowball a bit too hard. And nwilliams calls the GG. Colorado up 1-0. And game 2 going to be on Autumn Leaves. Colorado16 on at the top right, our winner of the first map. Once again going for the fast Death Knight build. And at the bottom left, our human player nwilliams. Standard human things, not going to see any paladin rifles. Well, I mean, we could, but it looks like it is going to be at least footmen at the start. So likely just Archmage standard. And we'll see if he can hit a better timing here. Maybe more towers, maybe attack on the acolytes. And Colorado16. I do think our undead player, Colorado, had a bit of a rough showing at the start. Only managing to get like 1, maybe 2 peasants. You'd really like to get at least 3. But he did steal some good XP. He stole a level 4. Later on, he even stole a level 6 creep. He took the whole Murloc camp that nwilliams was trying to steal from his side. Colorado ended up taking it all. So some good XP snags later in the game. But the initial harass, nwilliams was able to fight it off well. We'll see if he can do so again here on Autumn Leaves. See a little Acolyte scout coming in here, trying to see where the human's going to go at the start.
Forces are under attack.
And 3 farms already. I'm sure it will likely be another expansion play. And actually going for the small wolf camp as his first camp. I don't think this is the common play, especially now that it drops only a tome rather than an item. And he gets Manual of Health.
A player's forces are under attack.
But it is what he opted for. Creeps it fairly quickly, but does take a bit of damage on his footman. Militia kind of left behind. Colorado on the other side snags the 1 item from this creep using a rod. However, took 200 damage on his Death Knight already, and still quite a ways from level 2. And nwilliams just taking it slow so far, getting the second camp.
Forces are under attack.
Going to reach his level 2 here, but might see a creep stolen. Should see these skeletons focused next. Yeah, Death Knight fought off. nwilliams might be able to snag this in time. It's dying quite quickly. Yeah, nwilliams does get the whole camp. Colorado not getting much done here so far. And nwilliams actually going for the Cobalt camp gold mine at the bottom right, rather than the closer spawn, easier camp. But Colorado does get a little distracted by the footman and not here right at the start. Might see the Taskmaster. Oh, Taskmaster not going to die in time. So Colorado can definitely try to steal this. nwilliams needs to get rid of these slow creeps though. Does not want slow on his army. 1 peasant will fall. Was denied. And the Taskmaster is, I believe, stolen. Yeah, definitely has quite a lot of XP now. So I believe it was stolen. But nwilliams sitting here at 2.5. And now level 2 on the Death Knight. Unholy Aura unlocked. Acolyte
Forces are under attack.
going to fall. Little Scout Acolyte contributing to the fight. There still is 1 Geomancer left alive. But a lot of nwilliams' army has fallen. He did lose a couple peasants, a footman, and only just now finishing the creep. Gets the Geomancer. Starts putting up a tower. And nwilliams actually has a lot of resources. If he wanted, he could even tech right now. I'm not sure if it would be advised. You might want to add. Honestly, I think teching right now could be crazy good if you just bought a shredder as well. You can buy a shredder at like this time already, pretty much, right? You know, just pull the camp out, get the shredder, and tech. It would be crazy timing for the human. Yeah, he is trying to poke away here. Going to lose a footman. Might even lose a second footman. They're getting a little mismicroed into the Undead base, and Undead is tier 2. Does have that cold tower main. Slaughterhouse on the way, a Lich on the way. Needs to be a little careful that the Lich doesn't get rallied here, but it should be fine. Death Knight actually dropping quite low, but you know, with Unholy Aura and Blight, he's pretty safe. Especially with Archmage not having claws this time. Yeah, Archmage continuing to try to put damage in, but taking a lot of damage himself. Coil Nova coming in. There is another Coil Nova. He will have to TP here. Is he fast enough? Oh. Does take the coil. He might have actually been able to just run out of there, but honestly, TPing out, definitely the safe call. He was slowed by the Nova still. And Arcane Vault was not finished yet. Tier 2 is quite a ways underway though, over halfway finished. So definitely still opportunity for nwilliams, but he does not have that many footmen to work with. Just now queuing up a lot more. Defend still a ways away as well. And Colorado looking to just creep a bunch. Taking quite a lot of damage though. The poison, oh my god. There's so much weak stuff. Does he have his statue yet? Statue is almost out. And he's going to need that statue to work overtime. His whole army is so weak. Gets a vamp aura, not what you want to see as the undead. And nwilliams. I think he's looking to just get level 3 here real quick. And then maybe he'll harass? Not sure. But yeah, I do think level 3 would be a good call. However, the Archmage, no items really. No TP, no boots, no invuln, no Staff of Telly. So he's a bit caught out here if anything were to happen. And we do see more towers this time. 4 towers at the expo, blocked off by a blacksmith and arcane vault. No towers in the main though, so a little risky there. Mountain King on the way. Might see tier 3 tech here in a second as well, as he does have the resources for it, but has not actually started it yet. Colorado16, level 3, level 2, finally got healed up a bit with those statues. Dark Ranger once again, but the towers are up. There's 4 towers here at the expo. Colorado looking to get some skellies. The question is, does he scout? He does have skellies, so scouting is a very viable option for Colorado. He could check both bases and see that there's no towers in the main, but he might get distracted here. And nwilliams going for a bit of a push, picked up another TP, gets some claws and cloak as well, which is pretty good items, and taking out the relics, huge. However, destroyer form is already started, and he does have 2 statues, so not as huge as you would like, but still good if these statues get picked off. And this one statue taking a lot of damage needs to switch the water Ellie to the statue. Gets rid of the heal ward. Fiends dropping a little low. Finally the statue getting focused and going to fall. These statue pickoffs are huge because there's no relics, and without that healing it's hard to have a sustained push. But the MK also dropping low does fall down to the Coil Nova, but it is only a level 1 MK. He can come back alive quite easily. nwilliams opting to TP out. Not sure, maybe the TP was worth. It does save 2 footmen, which is pretty small at this stage of the game, yet at the same time you don't want to feed that XP either. It would have given level 3 Lich, for instance. Or at least like really close to 3, if not. We do see the relics getting put back up. 2nd damage upgrade. Yeah, Colorado still needs to pass his orb over and does have 1 statue, but we're not going to see destroyers. And there's, you know, there's only 1 statue. He only has mana going right now, no healing going. That's what happens when you lose that statue and you lose your relics. So a bit behind where he'd like to be, and with 4 towers here, the expansion going to be tough to break, and nwilliams will have time to get his knights out. We see them in production, gyros as well, paladin on the way, masonry. 1 tower does fall, heal ward going to be a little tough. But we see nwilliams putting a bit of damage here. The 2 front towers do end up falling. Wasn't able to get the best surface area to repair them, but they bought a bit of time. And knights are underway. And with 2 more towers here, should be able to get a 3rd and 4th knight out, I believe. Are they queued up? They are. And once this 3rd and 4th knight come, with Sundering Blades already activated, these fiends need to be careful. They do have 2 damage upgrades though, so the fiends, the Orb of Corruption, do hit quite hard. Oh, Not sure if there is web, however there is not destroyers yet either, as there was only one statue. And nwilliams going a little early, only has his 2 knights, but does take out 1 fiend, going to lose 1 knight in return. No staff, no orb of fire yet. Does get a 2nd fiend, so good pickoffs from nwilliams, but losing quite a bit as well. The police are here, 2 more knights are here. nwilliams will be able to kill quite a lot, but the undead hero level is looking strong as well. And he needs to be very careful with his heroes. He's only 3-1-1 on the human side. Next fiend starting to get focused, but more knights are falling. And the MK dropping low, no staff. MK will fall. Paladin does have 1 more holy light in a second, but no divine shield, so he could also get focused. Peasants will be turned into skeletons, and those skeletons going to turn the fight around here at the end. Colorado does take a little bit of feedback damage from this arcane tower though, losing a bit of mana, but he actually still has quite a healthy mana pool. Half mana on DK, half mana on the Lich. And nwilliams not with that huge mass of knights yet to be fighting, nor does he have his orb or staff. He was able to pick off a few fiends, but the heroes from the undead side still looking strong. We do have more knights on the way, a lot more queued up. Honestly, if nwilliams can just find the time to get them all out, he can still turn this. The fiends will die fast once he gets big enough mass of those knights, and there are no destroyers yet, as Colorado was a bit behind on statues after losing his relics. Yeah, nwilliams, I do like that he's waiting a bit, but now deciding to go in. Does still have only 3 knights, no shop items yet either, but gets a fiend. Can he get the next fiend? MK also getting focused now, has to run back. Knights are all quite low, no staff to save them. Another fiend, it's nicely burrowed, will be safe. And the knight, the next focus, microed back as well, does get safe. Now, like, both sides doing a good job keeping their units alive, but nwilliams having a rough time to heal these back up. This is oftentimes what you need the Staff of Sanctuary for. You want to get that staff value, get your knights healed up for each staff usage. But nwilliams starting to somewhat fight this off. It's really hard to tell. The knights are all super close to dying though, and Colorado's hero levels are so high. Can he get rid of this fiend damage? 1 fiend microed away very nicely with red health, and the knights continue to fall. There are 3-1 fiends. The fiend damage is crazy alongside the Orb of Corruption. And nwilliams once again having to retreat. Not able to get his army size big enough to fight this off all at once. Does still have 3 knights in production though. Might be able to go to his shop now and pick up the items. His shop is pretty far away. I think he can purchase from here. Hopefully he doesn't have to walk all the way around to the shop. Yeah, we do see him finally get the staff. Can heal up these knights. But his expansion is breached and will be falling. The question is, did he mine enough to be able to produce enough? There is a huge knight count, but the hero level's so in favor of the undead now, as there was quite a few knights that already have fallen. Undead 444 with the Death Knight just about level 5, and once that Death Knight reaches 5, the nuke damage is going to be crazy, especially with human heroes so low level. And nwilliams going to be feeling he's forced to defend here. But if he doesn't get a bunch of fiend kills right at the start, it will be quite tough. He needs those fiend kills, he needs that XP. Colorado wisely pulls back after the web, looking to take out the gyros, and takes out 2 of them already. But nwilliams Knight's pushing forward. One will fall. But Death Knight is focused, does have invuln, does have TP, but doesn't get to use it. Colorado, he's throwing, loses the DK. nwilliams turning this around. Suddenly a mistake from the Undead side, and nwilliams on the offensive. Oh, you can't run away without your Unholy Aura, bro. Should see another bolt here on a Fiend. Might even be able to take out one of these statues if they are not morphed. Colorado wants to purchase from the tavern, I believe, but the cost is so high, and now his expansion gets spotted and cancelled. There is a lot of statues here. Oh, Knight out of position, dropping quickly. Can nwilliams save it with a staff or Holy Light? Last Fiend shot, Nova comes in. Knight will fall. No staff in time. nwilliams does have some time now though to get his level 3s, and that would be huge if he can do so. But he's looking to push in. Pushing into the Undead base. I don't think this is the wise choice. He is without the Death Knight, but this is an Undead base. There's so many statues ready to morph into destroyers, and there's no gyros really. Only 2 gyros in their AFK, 3 gyros. And the human army starting to fall. Paladin is focused. Does pop the Divine Shield just in time. Oh, maybe he can get a Lich kill though. If he can get a Lich kill, maybe it was worth. Gets the Lich, Holy Light, but needs to get out now. Staff home something and run away, bro. Does pull the Paladin back, but the Archmage getting focused. No staff available. And does not TP the Archmage. MK... He actually passed the TP from the Archmage to the MK and then TP the MK out. But losing a 4.6 Archmage, also pretty costly. Bit of an overextension there from nwilliams. Got a little too greedy after that Death Knight kill. And now we see level 5 Dark Ranger, by the way. And Lich is 4.8. Death Knight level 5. Death Knight actually back on the field now. Was able to revive from the altar. And looking to tavern rebuy the Lich. There is no Dark Ritual, so Lich will be without mana for quite a while. Well, quite a while as in like, you know, a couple seconds until the statue picks up, but you get the idea. MK starting to creep a bit, but might get caught out. Oh, gyros get caught. MK will be safe because the gyros got caught, but losing the gyros, not good either. There is 4 statues and a destroyer, and the chain morph is coming. Colorado16 has 63 supply, about to be 65 I believe with the next morph, if he does indeed morph. And he's pushing in. Archmage isn't here. There's only a few knights, no gyros. nwilliams does not have the wood economy. And the MK getting focused. Only 1 Holy Light here. And only 1 Arcane Tower. Not much to defend. But the Death Knight takes quite a bit of damage. However, this Undead army is huge. Archmage finally back on the field. Couple more knights on the way, a gyro on the way. But with only 2 gyros, you're not countering 10 to 15 supply of destroyers with 2 food of gyros. But the Fiend's a little bit caught in the back. There was an expansion re-put up here by nwilliams. However, not going to really pay off much. He's trying to help defend it here, but the 2 destroyers not really being able to be taken out. And the Death Knight focused once again, does pop his invuln this time. MK starting to get focused as well. Do we have a staff? Staff is available, not used in time though. Paladin almost level 3, but getting focused, uses the Holy Light on the Death Knight and falls himself. the Undead army pushing forward. nwilliams only with the Archmage and the Knight left. Going to lose his expansion, and these Undead heroes. These Undead heroes carrying. On top of the 3-1 upgrades. These 3-1 upgrades are pretty strong. The damage coming in from those fiend shots are pretty crazy. nwilliams with quite a lot of resources, looking to tavern rebuy, picks up his paladin, staffs him home. MK in the altar still. But he's out of gold. Maybe hoping Colorado is also not mining and that they're stuck with what they have. But the thing is, Colorado still has crazy high levels on his heroes, as well as statues to work with. Paladin not able to heal up after the staff is picked off. Arcane tower down. nwilliams going for a little split attack here, but his damage very limited with only a couple knights. This is a sort of play trying to base race, but the problem is with only a couple knights, the damage is not going to be enough. Colorado16 does still have a TP as well and should be able to defend it at some point. Actually going to TP right away. And the Archmage has no way out. Doesn't have a cloak. Did take out the shop. So there's no dust to be purchased nearby. But we see a fiend immediately heading out to the lab. And that will get the reveal, as there is gold for a reveal. And the Archmage going to fall. nwilliams with nothing really left does tavern rebuy his Archmage once again with his last bit of gold. And immediately focused, coil gun come in, headshot on that Archmage. Level 6 Dark Ranger at the end, level 6 Death Knight, 5.8 Lich. Undead hero levels spiraled out of control there. That one was pretty close though, especially after the Death Knight kill.